Here's the fuel pump on the 1984 Nissan 200SX. I used PB Blaster penetrating oil on the fuel pump access bolts. Got the access cover off. Now I'm checking continuity on the fuel pump again, and I'm getting a reading of 1.6 ohms. So I must have had a bad connection when I tried the continuity last time. So it may be that the fuel pump, I'll have to just double check the fuel pump and make sure that it actually is bad. I think maybe when it was last tested, maybe that there was just not enough gasoline in the tank to operate it, or I'm not sure what the problem was originally. I know that there was a leak in the fuel tank, so I'm going to have to drop the fuel tank. I figured out where the fuel tank bolts are. I'll probably try and do that some other time. It's kind of nasty weather out here. I'll get the fuel tank off and see where the leak might be. But it looks like I'm getting a reading of continuity here. I'm going to double check the fuel pump voltage coming from the connector here and just make sure that there's voltage getting to it again. And take another look at the fuel pump, see what we can see from the other side here. Here's the fuel gauge float. There's a lot of corrosion on here. Some rust and some white corrosion on it. Now we definitely do have voltage at the fuel pump connector. Now I'm going to hook this up just temporarily, just for an instant, to see if I can hear it run. I know it's not good to run it without fuel, but I'm just going to test it for a second and see if I hear anything. I'll get the connector up here. See if I get it plugged in here. And nothing. So I'll go ahead and shut off the ignition switch here. So yes, the fuel pump must indeed be bad. I thought since it had continuity, maybe it would run. I might just tap it lightly with a mallet and see if, of course I don't want to run it like that, but I'll just tap it with the mallet maybe and see if it'll run for a few seconds. Now I lightly tap the motor with the end of a screwdriver, and I think I might have heard it start to whir. Let me just plug up the power connector here to see if we get anything. See if I can get it to go in here. It may not be running because it only energizes when the key is first turned on, so it doesn't end up flooding. I'm going to leave the camera here. See if we can record the fuel pump activity while I go turn the key on. See if I can get a good view of it here. I'm going to turn the key on now. And looks like the fuel pump is running. Now I won't put my complete faith in this that it'll run long enough to really drive it on the road, but I may give it a test just here in the field and see. I think I don't want to end up with it shutting down while driving it on the road, so I may just go ahead and invest in a new one. But I'll do some testing with it now. The tapping on it seems to have gotten it going.